You guys doing good? Huh?
We're great. How about you?
Good, good.
Yeah.
It's a little snowy out there, huh? Yeah, that's pretty cool.
How did it go in the stadium with the snow?
It's fine. I mean, I'm always learning still to adjust to the weather out here, with the wind and the snow and stuff like that. So the script's always, I write down one thing the day before and it always kind of changes the day of with the wind and stuff like that. So.
What's the biggest lesson you've learned about playing in the elements so far?
There's so much. I mean, this is the way the script is. I script it one way, and it might completely change because of the script and what you really can do outside and be productive and how you can execute certain things. And just every day I'm learning more and more about that part of it. So it's been good so far.
If you have to turn to Alex Erickson in the event that Marcus isn't ready, what do you see from him that would give you confidence that he could come and do the job?
Veteran, guy who's done it before, for a number of years. He just came in. We got him this week, and he's just been steady, and he's a pro. I mean, that's why he's been in the league for 9 years, and he's done everything the right way. He's come in there, he's worked, and caught a bunch, and if he has to go, he's ready to rock and roll. So I have full confidence in him, which is really good to see him coming in, just being nose to football and working and not saying much. And I don't have to say much thing because he's a veteran. He knows how to handle his business, which is really cool.
So about the onside kick last week, you got your bounce for the first one.
Yeah.
But they recovered the football. So what's the coaching point for the rest of the team to really get there and compete for the ball?
Yeah. Well, first and foremost, you just never know. Like, it's a 3% chance to get the ball back, but in that 3%, we had a chance to get it. It's certain guys that just need to have a little better awareness of where they're at in the field and, hey, I need to be at this angle versus this angle, or this yard line versus this yard line. If I'm on the backside areas, I need to be able to pursue it at a different angle. And that was our first rep, our first true live rep at it, because you're not going to practice a live rep and practice on that. You're going to go through it. So there's a lot of learning moments in that, a lot of teaching moments, and hopefully, if we get an opportunity that when it gets that bounce, we recover it because of the learning that we learned from last week. And it's so much also like coaching as well. Like, how was I coaching those guys through the last several weeks of what angles to take, especially off a bounce like that? We should have got that, and it's unfortunate, but we can learn from it and get better.
So on the receiving side, I know they have a hands
Yes.
team there, receivers, quarterbacks, tight ends.
Mm-hmm.
On the kicking side, do you have some specialty the players that you want to put there for this situation?
You put certain guys.
What
Yeah.
kind of aspect are you looking for with that?
You look for guys who are just ball hawk type of guys on the kickoff part of it, guys who have a good knack for going after the ball. Some of your key core guys on special teams, and you might throw in a couple guys that are just good with where the ball's at. They can track it, get their hands on it, and go from there. But you're gonna match that up. Some teams don't. I think majority actually do, and we're one of those that match it up.
Just follow up on that one. You said it's hard to replicate in the practice, right?
Mm-hmm.
In that case, how can you help the players increase their awareness or improve that ball catching skills?
Mm-hmm. Well, increase their awareness, I would say when we show the clips around the league for the week, there's always onside kicks and hands and learning from those clips. Learn from other people. Just like the fair catch, free kick from last night, right? You're going to learn from that clip alone, and you can teach off that clip for the next 15 years until you get it one time.
Jamichael hasn't been out at practice for the last 3 days. He's out on your kickoff return. Something's back there with Antonio.
Yeah.
If he can't go, who are some of the others that you might look at there that could? And what is that role?
Mm-hmm.
Would you consider that something like the primary returner? How would you describe that?
Well, in today's hybrid, both those guys are considered returners. They both need to be able to handle the football because this ball can go anywhere, especially when you get in winning games, things like that. So a really good decision maker back there. A number of our guys back there are like Baker and Polk and Erickson, Jennings, guys, running backs, receivers, guys like that. Bolden been back there as well. The guys that can receive the ball, catch the ball, and get forward with the ball are the guys that I'm looking for. And we got a number of group of those guys throughout the week, the 1s, 2s, and 3s, that are all getting kind of reps and know the game plan so that if he can't go, someone else can just fill right in and go from there.
I know you said you watch from stuff from around the league. Last night was on the play with a fair catch at the end of the second quarter, and they were get 3 points out of it. One, did you get to see it, and is that the type of thing you actually bring up to the team for awareness?
I saw it. In terms of bringing up to the team, you don't do that every week. It's very seldom that you go through that. We went through it in training camp, and then you talk about it with the guys like on a Saturday morning, to actually take time out of your day for something like that is, I'm not saying it's not important because we still cover it, and I have a plan on the sideline for it. But to say we do it every week, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you at all. Yeah. But it's a great situation to know. You get to have a plan for it. Like, you got to have a plan for it in case it happens, like it happened last night. And it happens very seldom. Like the last time it happened was at Carolina, Tampa Bay, and overseas. The last time it happened with Joey Sly was part of the Panthers. And actually, Chase Blackburn, the special teams coordinator at LA Rams, was the coordinator there. So we had that clip when I was in LA, and how to run it.
So for some people watching, they might be like, "What's going on here?" But, I mean,
it's a rule. Yeah, it's end of the half. No time left, fair catch it. You got a free kick afterwards. So pretty cool deal.
You increase maybe the distance in that kick because they don't have the rush or the line in front of them. Like, I don't know, taking a kickoff approach, like, could that just lead to longer?
Well, kickers are so good now. I mean, they got such strong legs. Like, that was easy last time for Dicker to hit that. 57. Like, yeah. I mean, our guy tried it from 68 in a real game at 1 second left, right? And almost made it. Now with no one rushing, yeah, you're a little bit more under the ball right there, no line drive-ish, like a kickoff. Might have opportunity. So I think nowadays, like, if you get that opportunity, it's a lot easier for these guys to hit a 65, 66 from a holder holding it, going from there.
When it comes to returning, whether it's punts or kickoffs, is there a certain learning curve going from college to the NFL, or are they pretty similar at both levels?
Well, with the new kickoff rule, it's going to be different for these guys as they come in, because you're going to see certain types of kicks, especially in warmer weather. The balls on the ground, the curved balls. Some teams are doing different things with their kickers, like these are soccer background guys. So there's going to be a learning curve for those guys coming in next year. From a punt perspective, I would say this. In college, it's maybe harder to field more footballs because you're getting the Australian rollout guys. The balls are on the ground. So you're doing a lot more different communicating and having to, like, track different footballs. Whereas at this level, every ball is a pocket type of punt, where it's going up, it's coming down. But in saying that, is these footballs are 5-0, 50 yards up in the air, hanging up there forever. And you got guys running down, the gunner's in your face. There's just, again, it's a little bit more space, but then a lot more decision-making split-second time versus when the ball's on the ground in college, like 3-5, 3-4. It's quick, happens quick, and you got a lot of space, and you got time to think. Whereas now it's like you got Schooler running down here in your face. Okay, can I fair catch this? Can I not? And the ball's still moving down. You got to make quick decisions and make smart ones at that. That's why having a guy like Marcus Jones is so vital, because you don't have to worry so much about it, because he'll be prepared, and he's been in those situations for his whole career. Whereas if you have a young guy, that's where you can have some of those costly turnovers, because those split decisions are tough while you're still trying to track a ball that's like 5-0 in the air for about 55 yards. It's tough. It's not easy.
When it comes to that awareness, and like as a punt returner, it's very different to being a kick returner. Are there certain traits, or it's kind of how do you maybe articulate the skill set it takes to be able to know, okay, I've got a guy coming, I got a fair catch.
It's a totally different skill set. Like, I look at punt returners, totally different kickoff returners. That's why Marcus is not a kick returner. Right, he can do it, but again, that punt returner, the decision making, to be able to track the ball in the air and move, the way it goes up and spins when it's coming down, is totally different than a ball going like that. Kicking end over end, it's easy to move. It doesn't move very much. You track it, catch it, you're good. But it's up there spinning and it's curving and doing a bunch of different things. And punters can punt right spiral, left spiral. They can hook ball it. They can banana it. They can do all kinds of different things with the football. It's hard, man. It takes a special talent. Like, not only just be able to catch the ball, but tracking the ball and then making decisions while you're tracking the ball. It's hand-eye coordination. It's just having a feel for what's in front of you. It takes a special talent to do that. That's only a few guys can do it. That's right. I mean, that's his honest opinion.
Is it that you want to save Marcus for public returning, not spending his time on the kick return?
I'm good. He starts on defense. I mean, I've said it before, like, yeah, you could put him back there and you probably have some success because he's so dynamic and so good, but is it at the risk of him getting hurt for the team? And what we need him is to be a punt returner and play defense. That's what we need him for. And that's all I care about. As you guys seen, when he's got the ball in his hand on punt return, he can do some things with it, no matter who's in front of him.
You mentioned all the challenges that punters can present at this level. Obviously with Bryce, we know he's got a huge leg. What other things does he do to make it tough?
He's got a good feel for the game. You know, he's understanding, like, if I'm at the 40-yard line, what kind of punt I need to punt. Understanding his bag of punts, his toolbox, I should say, at different yard lines, depending on the weather, depending on the situation, he's able to articulate that kind of stuff. And when you got a guy that's really smart and understands the game, that helps him out a lot. It helps me out a lot. You know, he's going to tell me the call when he's coming to sound like I want to go punt right or punt left or hook left or banana right, whatever it may be. He'll tell me what he wants to do, and then we just got to make sure everyone's on the same plan, I say, or everyone's on the same board, so we can rock and roll from there.
Thanks, Jay.
All right, thanks.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one, man.
Have a good one, Coach.
Thanks, guys.